All right, so you're headed to Wizards District Gaming. What was the feeling like when you heard your name called as the #1 draft pick?
You know, joy and relief, you know. I've been knowing, I got some friends on the Wiz, so, you know, I kind of knew this was coming, but, you know, just to hear your name called, I feel like, you know, for an NBA player, you know, like Wemby, right? He was going first, he knew it, but, you know, I'm sure he was so happy when he went first overall. So, you know, just to hear my name called, it's kind of like a, you know, just a blessing.
Now, I've heard a lot of things said about you, even generational player. What does that pressure feel like, having so many people look up to your stick skills coming into the league?
You know, a lot of people say that, and I don't think pressure would be the right word.
Happy weekend, everyone. It's the NBA on Saturday night, presented to you live on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And the Oklahoma City starting five. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. And for Minnesota, McDaniels and Towns in at the forward slots. Conley at the guard with Edwards next to him. And it's Gobert in at the center position. Clark, at this time of year, trade rumors are a big topic. How much does it affect a player to hear his name thrown around like that?
I think it does have some kind of effect, but it's an individual call. Some guys handle it better than others, but the bottom line is it's not in your control. As a player, you have to be able to block that out and focus on the task at hand.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Giddey. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Edwards against Dort. The double clutch. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block. And it's Williams off the drive. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Oh, I love the ferocity on the drive. Williams doesn't lack confidence tearing towards the rim.
Conley passes to McDaniels. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line.
Williams. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels.
Known as a versatile and tremendous defender, McDaniels also continues to make real good progress as a scorer.
Here's Williams, and he converts the layup. Williams has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Edwards. Over Giddey. Deflected. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
You know, for my money, Josh Giddey is one of the most entertaining players in the league, right?
Yeah, he has superb vision in the open floor, B.A. Reads the angles and sees how plays develop with ease. His teammates have to be ready for a pass from Giddey at all times.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
To the paint. Here's Gobert. And the layup is good off the glass.
With this size, Gobert can make this look really easy. It's almost unfair.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks that one from the post.
He's such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. From deep, Conley. They get it again. Great positioning on the putback. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Holmgren. Williams has got 6. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Outside Edwards. The 3 is up. Fires in the triple.
And, you know, for Edwards, it's about hitting the 3 consistently. This will help take his game to the next level.
Here's Williams. No good that time. And some solid defense from Towns. Here's McDaniels, and he jams it home with authority.
A one-handed tomahawk. That's a guaranteed highlight, BA.
Check out the bench. They flew out of their seats after that.
That's how you get your teammates fired up.
And that's a veteran move from the young fella, as Holmgren draws contact on that shot.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
To the middle. Here's Towns. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one.
One of the league's better floor generals, really over the last decade. Conley plays with an old-school pass-first mindset.
Now here's McDaniels. He's got 5. Edwards can't hit.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. It's blocked by Gobert.
He's led the league in blocks before. No surprise Gobert sent that shot back.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Anderson's checked in for Towns. And it's Alexander Walker in for Edwards. Timeout called, the Thunder. Well, Clark, no question which end of the floor Rudy Gobert makes his biggest impact.
Yeah, he's a demoralizing defender. I mean, his height and reach give him some significant advantages, but it's more than that. You don't win multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards just because you're tall and long. You got to have some toughness, you got to have some anticipation and timing, and the willingness to get down and dirty.
For Minnesota, they've got 7 of their first 12 shots to go. Here's Alexander Walker, and right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Up again, it's good on the putback.
Great job for crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with him. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Pass to Joe. The 3 is up. Knocks down the triple.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
A minute 29 left in the first quarter. Now here's Conley. He's guarded closely. McDaniels passes to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
To the inside. Pass to Joe. From the arc. He drops it from range. Joe's got 6.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Joe's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Then put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed comes in for McDaniels, and Milton subbed in for Conley.
Substitution for your Timberwolves.
Milton surveys the floor. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
Now here's Williams. No points so far. Counted from distance.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A 3rd would be a problem.
First one falls for him. And the Thunder making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. Milton hits them both. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 3 from outside and looking sharp here in the first. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
It's both from the stripe. And Minnesota has possession. Trailing by 2. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Pass to Reed. Puts it up. That's no good. Couldn't get his first one to go. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Thunder up by 1, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
You know, I love the fact, too, that they've been aggressive in penetrating the defense, attacking that paint, getting the ball inside. So far, their aggressiveness has ruled the day.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. In it forward, it's Jordan Williams. Then there's Holmgren. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Joe in at the 2 spot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Thunder are still developing, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander embracing his role as a catalyst. He said, quote, I have the opportunity to really build something and be at the forefront of it. That's something I know and embrace every single day, and I maximize it for sure. Brian?
Well, you can see it. They're so grateful to have him, too. Thanks, Allie. Here's Anderson. The Thunder making their last shot. Over Dort. Williams grabs the board.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Well, he may not be a flashy player, but Kyle Anderson is the winner, Clark.
He really is. I mean, he's selfless, understands how to play. You hear that said a lot. It's about IQ. It's about feel, understanding. Gets it done at both ends of the floor, and I love the fact that he's a tremendous playmaker at 6'9".
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. McDaniels is checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Milton. Giddey's checked in for Oklahoma City. Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
Here's McDaniels. Banked it in off the glass. McDaniels got 8 points.
What a move by McDaniels, showing the defense how nimble he is when he wants to be.
Chalk up 2 there. And the Thunder lead by 5.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And it's Conley with the ball for the T-Wolves. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, and they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
This time around, they're looking for better execution offensively. They have to avoid mistakes.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Now here's Reed. 20 points for him last game against Memphis. Here's Towns. Rejected by Holmgren.
Yeah, just an excellent shot blocker. Holmgren is so good at using his length and timing to erase shot attempts.
Controls the rebound and the putback.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Here's Conley. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. And Minnesota calls time here.
Timeout.
Timberwolves timeout call. All right, look who's coming out to the court. Come on,
And in today's NBA, you need your point to be able to get his own. Here are the top scorers among point guards in the league. Second is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded offensive talents in the league.
Yeah, and that's the age we're living in right now. I mean, it's not uncommon to see a point guard lead his team in scoring, which used to be almost unheard of. And these guys here are all capable of carrying the scoring load for their team on any given night.
Now here's Williams. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Offensive board. And that one's good. Holmgren.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Inside. A slam dunk by Reed.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Dort. Unable to get that one. McDaniels with some nice D. Pass to Conley. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Clark, is it just me, or have we seen a little bit of a resurgence in zone defense in the NBA the last few years?
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. It is a little more used and a little more part of the toolkit of coaches now in the NBA zone defense. It's in part because teams are stretching you out with the three-point shot from every position and every spot on the floor. And so it's a nice wrinkle to perhaps stretch it out defensively by playing zone, where you have guys covering those perimeter spots from an area standpoint instead of just an individual man standpoint.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert's checked in for Reed. And it's Alexander Walker in for McDaniels. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in. Now here's Giddey. And it's Holmgren missing.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Look at Shai playing big inside.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Minnesota has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Here's Conley. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Conley's got his 2nd basket on the night. Well, Clark, we know Anthony Edwards is a great hooper, but how would you rate his acting ability?
Hey, I thought he was quite good. To be honest with you, B.A., in that Hoops movie, he was playing the bad guy, the villain role. Ant has a huge personality. We saw that on the big screen. Perhaps a 2nd career for him when he's done terrorizing the NBA.
And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the score by Minnesota. Williams misses. 55 seconds left in the second.
Oklahoma City foul. First personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for your Timberwolves, Shaquille Alexander.
First free throw is good. Some changes for Minnesota. Anderson comes in for Anthony Edwards, and Milton subbed in for Conley. So hits 1 and misses 1 at the line. And Clark, when Karl Anthony Towns is on the floor, he's one of the best big men in the NBA.
Well, you said it. The key words there, on the floor. I'm sure Cat is frustrated by the injuries he's had over the years, and he's doing everything in his power to stay as healthy as possible.
You have to chase Gilgeous-Alexander off the arc. A guy with his confidence is just too dangerous.
For Minnesota, they've gotten half their shots to fall in the second. 8 for 16. Milton for 3. Offensive rebound. Anderson uses the glass to finish the layup.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Pass to Williams. Here's Wallace. Right side, Williams. Off target from outside. The Timberwolves trail.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservative. I mean, if if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. You got to play freely and with confidence.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Thunder up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. Checking out Oklahoma City. Kenny, what was your impression?
They're running a smooth offense tonight, creating high-quality shots. Motions, sharp as a razor. The spacing is excellent. They're moving the ball well. I love the way this team is playing.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Right now, they're playing well only on one end of the court. All their energy has been spent on the offensive. Well, that's a shame. They're just going to keep giving up easy buckets, and the game's going to get away from them.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Timberwolves shooting 55% for the game so far. Edwards at the 2 with McDaniels at the 3. Inside, we got Towns and Gobert. And it's Alexander Walker in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Now here's Dort. It's Giddey on the wing. Over Edwards. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Minnesota. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face him. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Conley's checked in. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Oklahoma City. And he hits the first of 3. That one's no good. And he nails the third. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Yeah, as you know, as Holmgren adds weight and strength year after year, he just becomes a bigger problem for opponents. It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
And the big finish by Holmgren.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Well, he needs to be careful. One more foul, and he's done.
Giddey against Edwards. Over Giddey. Rejected by Holmgren.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way. Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is what makes SGA an all-star caliber talent. His ability to take over games.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
Things things just aren't going their way, he clearly wants to talk it over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And with this break, we have a chance to look at the best of the NBA shot blockers this season. In the third spot, Rudy Gobert.
He always makes an impact with his shot blocking. He's a constant presence around the rim.
Edwards for three. Can't hit that one.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball. And here's a look at some numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. And he lobs it up. Gobert, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him.
Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
And so it's Minnesota with it. It's a 13-point game. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the modern NBA game is very perimeter-oriented, and big man Ivica Zubac was talking about it. He said, quote, they want to push it. There's a lot of space for guys to work. The talent in the league is incredible right now, and the NBA wants this to be an offensive game, so it is what it is. Brian, the old-school big man, must adapt or else.
Yeah, the game has changed so much. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Williams with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Dort, the pass to Holmgren. Now Williams. Here's the three. Reed with the rebound.
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shots. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Minnesota calls timeout. You know, the fighting spirit Naz Reid brings to this game is really something, Clark.
Yeah, I tell you, he's a guy that is dynamic and electric, plays with great passion, and has a way of getting everybody fired up. He's an injection of energy for his team and the buildings he plays in.
McDaniels finds Conley. The kick out to Edwards. And counted from 12 feet. Edwards got 9.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
There's the three. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field and seems really frustrated.
Back to Giddey. Williams on the wing. Outside Giddey. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 8 now.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
Now here's Dort. He's got 12. No good with a jumper from the wing. Conley looking for an opening. Tries it from the block. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got a 6th rebound on the night.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Hey, from beyond the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Edwards, a pass to Towns. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Ball stolen. Outside McDaniels. 1:27 left in the third. Right wing. Towns down low. Working on Williams. On offense, here are the Thunder. Outpacing them right now, a 15-2 run. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, we credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Anderson's checked in for Minnesota. Milton comes in for Mike Conley. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Wiggins, he's checked in for Giddey. Baseline jumper. Yep, that one goes. Milton's got 9 points.
When the defense gives you room, take it. Don't pass up the shot.
Pass to Reed. Back to Milton. Tipped. And here they come. And here's Holmgren. Misses the layup.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Edwards against Dort. Outside McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, a sizable lead of 14 at the break, building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. And it's Williams in at the 4. And Williams no good on that one.
And what you like about Jalen Williams' college stat line is how complete it is. He's doing a little bit of everything out there now. And a wide skill set is a great thing to have.
Now the Timberwolves with it. And stolen by Williams.
He saw the pass coming a mile away. Was perfectly positioned to intercept it. Changing ends quickly. Scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
Here's Joe. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Joe's got 4 points in the quarter.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Milton passes to Gobert. And here's McDaniels. Into the lane. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Gobert can look over the top of just about any defense right there. Delivers a nice pass.
And the basket by Joe. Joe's got 21 points in the game.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. On the wing, Milton. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Towns, he's checked in for McDaniels. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Giddey comes in for Wiggins.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Wallace, the pass to Giddey. Back to Williams. Here's Joe, covered by Milton. And he gets the bucket. 23 points in the game.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And the layup falls.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
The Thunder have gotten off to a perfect 5 for 5 so far in the fourth. It's good. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And for the most recent CBA, players now get to share in the league's licensing revenue, Clark.
Yeah, you know, without superstar players, the league wouldn't make as much in licensing. I was glad to see the two sides come together on this issue. It's a delicate one, but I think they landed in a good spot.
Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves.
You cannot go more street ball than that dunk from Gobert. Wow.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. Pass to Wallace. From deep. Towns with a rebound.
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. Here's Joe. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists tonight.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Towns, right side. Over Williams. Again, the miss by Towns.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. Tough day so far.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Here's Conley, and that one's drained from the low block.
Now this is just too easy for Conley. The D can't allow him to get this close to the basket.
Williams passes to Giddey. Misses the baby hook.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Grant, you grew up in the D.C. area. A lot of great basketball players coming out of the DMV in recent years.
Yeah, B.A., especially PG County with Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant, and plenty of others. It was a great place to grow up in the DMV as a sports fan, and that legacy definitely continues.
Holmgren with it. He's picked up by Conley. Here's Giddey. Crops one in from the wings.
You can tell Dort keeps his options open when he has the ball. He'll set up another guy if he can.
And for the players coming into the league, potentially set for life. But there are pitfalls you have to look out for, Grant.
So true, B.A. I mean, it's tough. You can't take all your childhood friends along for the ride with you. You've got to be cautious with new acquaintances, so it'll definitely keep you on your toes. You must make great decisions. And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Williams passes to Giddey. Here's Wallace from outside the arc. Anderson pulls it down. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. McDaniels, that's good.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Thunder.
Man, they were in a groove from long range tonight.
Yeah, they were able to find space, and they were ready to let it fly the moment they saw an opening.
And they increased their win total to 29.
And with this victory, they have an edge in the season series at 2-1, with one more game to follow against this team.
They've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Chet Holmgren.
Well, I love the force that he showed on defense, using all of his length to deny shots. He was their anchor tonight.
Williams, and again, Oklahoma City, no good.
He was so well positioned to interfere with the shot.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled. Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA. No matter what, they got it done.
The free throw drops for Anderson.
At the line for your Timberwolves.
Both good from the line that time. And here are the Thunder now. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And he makes all 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Out to the right wing. Beyond the arc. And the three-pointer goes. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. The lead is 15. Here's Joe. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. So long, everybody.
Give you all take a break and things are not the same. No, baby, I'm okay. Just wanna chill and feeling in my middle and wanna go crazy on occasion. Sitting on patient of a relationship and this shirt I can't fear and I'll go pull the fat wine to your closet. Passively keep your door. Gonna find somewhere to wait one day. I know you're not feeling too. Yeah, I can pay the yeah. Haven't felt like this in a long time. Wow. I give you all my love right here and now. We're around me, we slow down. Wow. I wanna waste your time, but you can't waste mine.
Late nights, wait on your notice. Slow down, let's chase the moments. And I say, wow, when you in control, you too far out, I just want you closer. Feeling up against me, know you wanna feel free, yeah. Wanna talk about the way you smile. Chanel so chic with your fragrance out. Pull up on me with your latest style. Had you dripping so deep with your eyes on freezer. Japanese denim in my pocket, Caesar. Slim waist, know you got all the features. I just wanna know if you wait a long time. Just hit the hotline, wanna see when you're prime like.
Haven't felt like this in a long time. Wow. I give you all my love right here and now. We're around me, we slow down. Wow. I wanna waste your time, but you can't waste mine.
Can to win.
You mentioned you have friends on Washington. What advice have they given you about entering into the 2K League?
Just not to be too high or too low. You can go on a losing streak, you can go on a winning streak. You still got to come in to work every day and produce. You got to stay level-headed and just enjoy the ride.
Talk a little bit about your history in 2K. When did you start playing?
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Sexton is out there with Dunn. Then it's Collins. Then there's Markkanen. And it's Fontecchio in at the small forward. And for the Rockets, at the forward spots, it's Brooks and Smith. The guard spots are Van Vliet and Green. And it's Şengün in at the center. And the wide open shot from Green. We're approaching the trade deadline, GA. How do teams decide if they're a buyer?
It comes down to goals and really your timeline. So some teams make deals to try to push them over the top this season. Others might find a player they love and trade for him with the future in mind.
Brooks with it. Guarded now by Sexton. And here's Green outside. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Green's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Rockets. To the inside. Sexton's shot is good.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers, Dunn showing great vision.
On the wing, Green. Back to Smith. Driving the lane. Dishes to Green. And here's Brooks from outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Jazz on offense. 7-point differential. Green against Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
Well, if you've got the speed of Colin Sexton, put the ball on the deck and make sure you make good use of it.
Greg, remember back when the 22-23 season started, the Rockets were among the youngest teams in the NBA.
And it's hard to win in this league with youth and inexperience. Houston's front office aggressively adding quality vets like Fred VanVleet in hopes of stabilizing that roster.
Markkanen, the big man from Finland. He can flat score it, folks.
To the left wing. Back to Smith. Houston moving the ball around. And it's Green missing. The Jazz have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Sexton, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Here's Şengün. That falls. Great assist by VanVleet.
Well, solid execution. Fred VanVleet is just so steady. This guy always makes the right basketball play.
Here's Fontecchio. Outside for Sexton. Puts it up from 12. It's deflected. VanVleet against Dunn. Over in the corner, Green. It's good from long range. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
But you love to watch Chris Dunn because that handle is especially tight. Masterful control with the ball in his hands.
Here's Brooks. And it's Utah with the rebound. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, that was a rough outing. They did a few good things, but the inconsistencies caught up to them in that one.
To be perfectly frank with you, I'm surprised it was as close as it was. I thought they were outclassed all night.
Tate, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Collins, good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Tate. That shot off. Excellent D there from Markkanen. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And it's sent back by George. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Hands it from downtown.
Now give Jordan Clarkson a ton of credit. He has worked tirelessly on this shot.
Greg, this Keontae George is explosive.
When he goes in the paint, he is like a wrecking ball. Very physical driver for a guard. Can be streaky, but boy, when he heats up, watch out.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bobble that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And it's sent back by George. And he recovers it. 6 on the shot clock. Brooks misses.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Another miss by Utah.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
VanVleet, beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Boy, at his size, Fred VanVleet has to be so crafty on the interior. Defense has nothing for him there.
George with the bounce pass. Here's Collins. Offensive rebound. And the rejection by Smith. Markkanen against Tate. Here's Smith. And there it is for him.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. No good from outside. Rockets leading by 3. Tate kicks to Smith. For the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got 5 points so far.
He was money from deep in college. Looks like the confidence has stuck.
Collins. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Goes back up. And Tate lays it up and in.
and they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Out to the right wing. Markkanen's got space. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall.
Love to see the 7-footer Markkanen go right up with it. Doesn't give the defense time to react.
And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for the Houston Rockets. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Sexton. Olenek is out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Chris Dunn. And it's Abaji in at the 3 slot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. LVB, the Jazz have managed to stay competitive while going into a rebuild.
Kevin, you've got to give Utah credit. That is not an easy task. They have managed to amass a great deal of first-round picks and young talent and still remain focused on winning. Truly incredible.
For 3, Smith. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Knicks in New York. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Olenek, and the dunk by Olenek.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. The Rockets have brought in Ime Udoka to help their team become a winner. Ime said, "We have a lot of guys that have a chip on their shoulder. Those are the types I look for. And from there, we want to cultivate that into team success. That's the job of a coach, to push that and get that out of them." Kevin?
It is. Good thought. All right, David, thank you. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You know, Greg, for the Olympics, basketball is a shared family passion.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly's father was a coach, but his mom was actually the first woman to be an NBA scorekeeper. So he was raised around the game.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in, and Utah with a change here, too. Horton Tucker's checked in. Into the lane. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They've led by as much as 10. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see the frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Here's Horton Tucker. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Green passes to Easton. Three-pointer. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Sunday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics. And then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Portland Trailblazers.
And that game against Brooklyn, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
ADB, as players establish themselves, gaining that respect and recognition always seems to come down to postseason success, right? Playoff success.
It's so true, Kevin, whether it's fair or not. Great production in the regular season without having accompanying success in the postseason tends to get written off. So the pressure falls on teams to win or risk losing their star players.
Count it, and the Houston lead's been cut to just 5 on the basket from Olenek.
Boy, Kelly Olynyk on balance, soft touch with the deep shot. Love his concentration.
And the shot goes down.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Jazz have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Sexton attacking. And Sexton slams it in.
Well, just a little bit of momentum and Sexton going right to the rim.
Thompson with it. Guarded now by Sexton. Kept alive. Şengün kicks to Holiday. They shoot again. Şengün with the bucket. Şengün's got 8 points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Utah calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Tate, he's checked in for Şengün. Brooks comes in for Jari Eason. Jalen Green's checked in for Aaron Holiday. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Thompson. Now, here's Clarkson. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Oklahoma City.
How about Jordan Clarkson? The ability at his position to absorb contact and finish the play.
Stolen by George. And now Clarkson pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Back in the 2022 offseason doors, the Jazz traded their 2 All-Stars, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert.
And what that got them, Kevin, was a ton of draft picks. But to me, the real prize is Lauri Markkanen, who made the All-Star game, and Walker Kessler, who looks like a big-time stud, particularly on the defensive end.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Collins wide open. He fires. Tate with the rebound. Tate's only got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's Green outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Jazz trail by 5. Hendricks passes to Markkanen. 43 seconds left now here in the second. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Utah with the ball. Following the miss by Fred VanVleet from deep.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Green, the pass to VanVleet. Not loose. Right side, George. It's deflected. Green inside the 3-point line. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Houston on top. They lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Fred, the shots were falling there. What did you do to get into a flow offensively?
Just try to play with some pace. I thought early on we got some stops out there, and then we allowed them to get to the free throw line. So I think our offense is not the problem right now. We got to lock in and get some stops. So we'll try to tighten up at halftime and see if we can get better.
Fred, thanks for your time, man. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
They've been...
And...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, guys, what can you say? Jalen Green, an impressive effort here today.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
The guard spots are Van Vliet and Green. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Smith. And it's Şengün in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Houston ball. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
And it's Fontecchio missing.
And, you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, guys. Walker Kessler has already made an impact for the Jazz. Now, Will Hardy says the physical tools that he has allow him to be successful. He's shown so much growth on both ends of the floor. I think defense comes natural to Walker in a lot of ways, but his ability to learn the offense has been tremendous. Kevin?
It has another great young player. We enjoy them all. David, thank you. Inside, here's Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
This is a 7-footer with some big-time vertical. Markkanen makes that look effortless.
Brooks for 3. That ball. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. Over to the left wing. Fontecchio trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Rockets leading by 3. Brooks from outside. It's not going to go for him.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Stops, pops, count it. Brooks has got 8 points.
Don't just show off that basketball IQ, Mr. Fred Van Vliet. Pretty pass, sir.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Oh, they don't make many guards, do they, Doris? As fiery as Fred Van Vliet.
They don't, Kevin. He has had to scrap and claw and earn every piece of real estate in the NBA. At 6'1", he's undersized. But what we know unequivocally, he can command an offense, and he's a big-time shot maker when it counts. And guess what? He's going to dig it out defensively, too. You have to admire Fred Van Vliet.
So it's Utah now. The Rockets making the shot. And they get it. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Dunn.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Thompson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Johnson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Here's Sexton. He's got 8. 3rd quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. He gets that one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Got a piece of it. Here's Dunn. 10 points for him. Misses the 3.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Rockets leading by 5. Pass to Şengün. Smith outside. Houston moving it around. On the wing, Thompson. Out to Smith. Easton passes to Brooks. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Colin Sexton.
And one of these modern wings who doesn't just shoot threes. Brooks is a tough guy to cover.
So for the Rockets, Jeff Green is checked in for Şengün. And it's Jayshawn Tate in for Smith. George, that's a 2-pointer. They get the rebound. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Kessler's got his first points of the game. From deep, Brooks.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
And checking out the numbers for Clarkson, he showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's averaging 19 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what a luxury for them to have someone like him who can absolutely fill it up coming off the bench.
I love it. He knows they're looking for him to bring immediate offense, and he very rarely disappoints.
Jazz trail by 5. Clarkson. And it's Clarkson on the follow. Clarkson's got 9 points.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
That evens the score.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Brooks. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Clarkson for 3. Thompson with the rebound. Houston's gone into a sub here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And Brooks gets it to go.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. Not afraid to get physical on the inside.
Jazz trail by 4. George double teamed. Clarkson surveying the floor. George against Thompson. A 3. George, no good. Rockets leading by 4. Pass to Green. From down in the low post, it goes.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Bangs on the trifecta. He's got 12.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Remain. Houston ball. Substitution.
Here's Thompson. Kicks to Holiday. Launches it. It's hauled in by George. 2 on the clock. Count that one. And it's now only a 1-point Rocket lead. Here's Thompson. Off the mark. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Rockets lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Utah. The 4 and the 5, it's Collins and Kessler. Colin Sexton is out there with Talen Horton-Tucker. And it's Markkanen in at the 3. Here's Horton-Tucker. Fades back. Kessler with the bucket. Kessler's got the lead up to 1 now for the Jazz.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Tate finds Van Vliet. And here is Green. That ball. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 6 assists in the game. The Jazz shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. That's tipped. That's a 2 from Sexton. Green with the block.
A wily guard, Green's length can sneak up on you. Kind of just surprised the shooter.
Chris Dunn's checked in for Utah. Rockets on defense. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Horton-Tucker. It's rebounded by Houston. Tate's only got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Dunn outside. Sinks that one from the post. Dunn's got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
That's unblockable, that floater. One of the many shots in Dunn's arsenal.
From deep, Green. And another three for Houston.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
From downtown, Horton Tucker's shot is off.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And he sinks the second.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Smith's shot is good.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Jazz trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Van Vliet. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And let's give them credit to the shot blocking on display. They set the tone early and have kept the pressure on defensively.
A big man who does a little bit of everything. Collins' team-first attitude shining through with that terrific pass. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Here's Sexton. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün. Houston making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Switcher also for Utah. Fontecchio's checked in. Houston on D. 6-point lead. 3-pointer, Markkanen. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes it to Brooks. And here's Green outside. Sexton grabs the board. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. And there's the drive. And Sexton slams it in.
Well, Sexton might be young, but he is unafraid and unabashed. What a play.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And the first one drops.
Line for your Rockets.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, it wasn't a perfect trip to the line, but it was good enough to stretch their lead to 2 possessions.
The shot by Sexton, no good.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Green finds Brooks, a 3-ball, and it's Green missing. Jazz trail by 5. Shot from 12. They get the rebound, and it's Fontecchio missing.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Nice shot by Smith.
Attacking relentlessly. Always fun to see a young player like Smith just go off.
Dunn dishes to Markkanen. And stolen by Şengün. Brooks kicks to Green. Here's the 3. And no good. Utah's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Sexton, offensive rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
3-pointer, Brooks. It's hauled in by Dunn.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
And finished off by Collins.
I'm sure his teammates love having a guy like Collins on the receiving end of those alley-oops. As fun an assist as you'll get.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. 1:15 left in the 4th. Dunn with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Van Vliet. Green fires from way outside. Another miss by Houston.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
I think we have to check his sanity because there's a number of better options on the floor.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Jabari Smith.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Dunn, following the basket by Jabari Smith. Here's Markkanen. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Boy, he's got so much length that under duress, still able to finish. Go ahead, Lauri Markkanen.
For 3, Smith. Sexton grabs the board. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. From deep three-point land. Rebound by Smith.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And Alperen Sengun gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Jazz call time here. They're down by 7. 6 seconds left in the game. Here's what's your take?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over. The willingness to embrace the pressure. Markkanen, big-time delivery.
Stolen by Markkanen. No good. So we see the Rockets get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.